If you've ever tried and tried and tried to make something happen and for whatever reason it's just not manifesting, it can be really exhausting, especially when you've worked really, really hard on it. And there are actually some Feng Shui ways to rethink and make things happen. So today we're going to talk about Feng Shui for manifesting when things feel stuck. Let's get started. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Claudat. I'm a modern Feng Shui master and founder of the School of Intention, which is a radical whole form of Feng Shui, a revolution in Feng Shui that's based on infinite possibility, creative awakening, and your intention. So our homes are full of energy and we are full of energy. And I know that there are a lot of manifesting systems and ideas and things to do, and some of them are really, really helpful. In fact, if they vibe with you, lots of them are really, really helpful. But sometimes things can become really, really complicated when you're trying to follow a system, something outside of yourself, to create things, because you have your own nature, you have all of your own energies and ways of seeing the world, and you have your own talents and abilities and perspective, and it all matters. So the first thing I want to say is, if you've been working really, really hard to manifest something and it's not happening, if you've started thinking about why and spinning and thinking to yourself, what's wrong with me? I must be broken. Why does this person have it and I don't have it? Remember what I've heard since I was a kid in New Jersey: analysis is paralysis. If you overwhelmingly obsess about why and try to figure everything out, you can get really stuck in your head, which leads to a giant downward spiral, which takes your attention far, far away from all the awesome things that you want. So let go of all that. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. There is no cosmic vendetta against you. If you got focused on all the things that are wrong, chances are you're going to create more things that are wrong. Energy flows where attention goes. That's not a new phrase. I didn't come up with it, but it certainly holds true. And I'm sure you've seen that in your life. So let's stay focused on the solutions, the creation, and all the awesome things that you want. Now, let's dive into the simplicity of making things happen. The first thing is to expect great things all the time. Now, you might say, well, how could I expect great things? I'm going to get disappointed. I don't want to set my sights too high and then I fall short. All of that already points to a cycle of stopping yourself from just allowing things to flow into your life. So in Feng Shui, when you set up your home full of intention, it helps to focus your energy and attention on what you want. And it helps you to make more of that in your life. When you start expecting greatness every day, you start focusing your attention on all these good things, on all these possibilities, on the excitement of knowing that something cool could happen right now, today. It is such a simple concept, but it's a really powerful one. So if you're right now expecting that greatness will happen today only if you're lucky, or that greatness will happen today only if someone chooses you or picks you, or greatness will happen today only if the stars are aligned, then it's time to sit in the driver's seat of your life a little bit more, because you are the energetic engine. You influence your environment around you. Your environment around you influences you. And ultimately, if you're waiting for something outside of you to just be the only thing that's going to be able to get you what you want, it's difficult, especially if this is how you live generally. And a lot of people do. That's the whole thing about luck. I also made a whole video about luck and being lucky, and I'm going to link that one here too, because it's also pertinent to this discussion. You create your own luck. Start expecting great things every day and notice every good thing that happens, even if it's small. Small good things lead to big good things. And to be honest, even in the midst of the biggest good things, it's usually the small good things that you remember. When someone smiled at you, when they complimented you, when you looked in the mirror and you just felt so glowing and alive. You remember the moments. You remember when your dog jumped on your lap that day, or you had an incredible conversation, more than you remember necessarily the giant thing. It's all about these moments. The second idea that can be very helpful to instill into your every single day is to know your worth. Your worth is not a number in the bank of dollars. Your worth is not what other people think of you. Your worth is you knowing you are an incredible, invaluable human being, right? And knowing that worth and living with that worth instantly shifts everything, so you don't feel this immense lack. So one of the ways that you can actually practice this, and this is really important, especially if you have a sense of lowering your self-worth or lowering your self-value or lowballing yourself when it comes to the prices you charge for your services, or whatever it is where you feel like you have to make yourself less because you might not be worthy. That again can get very intense in your mind. Instead, shake it out and get into your environment. See your value everywhere around you. So how can you practice this? Look around you and see, what does the coffee table in front of you look like, or the table in front of you, or the desk that you're working on. Is it dusty? Is it dirty? Is it cluttered? What is it like? What is the light like in your house? Is it dark? Do you need to turn on some lights to have it be more vibrant? What does it feel like when you move through each room of your home? Just take a look around at how much value you see in your space. The Feng Shui Cash Camp is about to start, and there's a free video series that's going to be up for a few more days this year, and you can grab it below, or there'll be another video series below if you miss it, but hopefully you catch it. And it will walk you through creating a space that is a magnet for wealth. Now, what you do around you supports you in believing and feeling and practicing your high value all the time. But it's also about what you do for you that reinforces your value. So if you dust and clean and polish everything around you, that reinforces your sense of high value. And you also couple that with waking up and looking in the mirror and smiling at yourself and standing straighter and putting on an outfit that you really like. These small things that boost your value. My mom used to tell me when I was a kid that if I would just smile when I didn't feel good, that I would start to feel better and better and better. And I never believed that. I felt like I needed to feel bad. I felt bad about myself. And when I just cast that aside and said, I'm just gonna smile anyway, the feelings catch up with it. The energy catches up with it. There's a lot of science about smiling. It's really, really fun. Now, this next one was a habit that was taught to me by a very established writer who I was looking to for advice. I asked him what he was working on, and he said he never talks about what he's writing until the project is done. And I said, really? Is that like a superstition? And he said, no. I have found that if I talk about what I am doing before I do it, and I haven't really formed my ideas, or I'm in the middle of making it, or I'm about to make it, I won't do it. I'll have to move on to something else. And I was like, I wonder why that is. And he started to explain that as he was talking about it, one, he was getting the feeling and the feedback from people as though he already wrote it, which made him feel less excited about having people read it, because it was almost like he already got the feedback before he even did it. But also, it was diffusing the energy of all the things that you're interested in. So if you need to brainstorm with someone to get ideas to move forward, that's a good thing. But if you're talking about all your dreams with people all the time, you might want to stop doing that for a while and just keep working on them and see what happens when you keep your energy less diffused, less all over the place, less scattered. They're actually very classic books that have been written about manifesting that talk about not telling anyone what you're doing until it's done. And I firmly believe in that. In fact, I had a friend try this experiment, and she would always be talking about things because she was so excited about all the things she was creating, and the things she was talking about wouldn't come to fruition. But when she stopped talking about things and kept them to herself and kept working on them and only talked to people that she needed to get it done, big, huge things started happening and kept happening. So gather up your energy. This is an energetic thing. Just gather up your energy and keep your stuff. Less talking, more doing. You can celebrate with everyone when it's done. The final Feng Shui energy shift, because this is really changing the energy of you and how it's flowing through your life, how it's going to flow through your days, is to have more fun and do less. So do less, have more fun, and you will see that the energy that you're doing things with changes. The energy with which you create things changes things. How many of you have food made by someone who you love, and you can cook the same recipe and it won't taste the same because they put their energy into the food? You feel it. That's how I felt about my grandma's eggplant. It was like no one could do it. You could do the same thing exactly how she did it, but the way that she did it was so special. And so the energy with which you do things matters. And if you're really, really, really pushing to make something happen, and you have that pushing energy behind it, it can be like life starts pushing you back. And you don't feel that love in what you're doing. You feel maybe anxiety, or you feel stress, or you might be pushing and being over the top because you have to kind of make a point or make a statement. And when you shake that off and relax more and have more fun with what you're doing, you're going to activate more of your creative energy. In your home, make it more soft and relaxing. Even just a spot where you can be soft and relaxing and meditative, and you will find that the more you lean into relaxation and the more you have more fun with what you're doing, even if you're busy, you're not going to be frantically stressed out and pushing and forcing things to happen, and more things are going to come to you. Remember, analysis and overthinking can just stop things in its tracks. It's like clutter in your house. So if you find yourself in that place, shake things out, take a shower, go for a walk, take a nap, start the day fresh, and go make amazing things happen. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And there's so many more videos on this channel for you to explore. And if you haven't yet, you could sign up for the free Feng Shui video series below if you want to dive in and do more. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you soon. Bye.